Let us begin by understanding what it truly means to choose. In the world of appearances, we often believe that choice is an external act, a decision made in response to the circumstances that surround us. We think we choose our careers, our partners, our homes, and our experiences based on what is available to us in the physical realm. But I tell you now with absolute certainty that this is a fallacy, a misunderstanding that has kept humanity bound to limitation and want for far too long. True choice, my dear friends, originates not from the world without, but from the world within. It is an expression of your innermost being, a reflection of your consciousness, and a manifestation of your imagination. When you truly choose something, it is because that something has already chosen you. It has already become a part of your consciousness, a living, breathing reality in the realm of your imagination. And it is from this realm, this invisible but all-powerful dimension of mind, that all things in your visible world spring forth. Consider for a moment the things in your life that you have been striving for, struggling to attain, or desperately trying to change. Perhaps it's a job that seems always out of reach, a relationship that never quite manifests, or a state of being, be it wealth, health, or happiness that appears to elude you at every turn. Now, I ask you this, are these things truly choosing you? Or are you in your limited human thinking, attempting to force them into existence through sheer will and effort? You see, my friends, when something truly chooses you, there is no struggle. There is no strain. There is only a natural, effortless unfolding of events that lead you inevitably to your desire fulfilled. It is as natural and as certain as a seed growing into a mighty oak tree. The oak does not strain to become, it simply allows the power within it to express itself fully. And so it must be with you. Your desires, your true choices are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your imagination. But for these seeds to grow and bear fruit in your physical reality, you must stop choosing what's not choosing you. You must cease the futile struggle against what is, and instead turn your attention fully and completely to what could be, to what, in truth, already is in the realm of imagination. Let me illustrate this principle with a simple example. Imagine a young man who desperately wants to be a great musician. He practices for hours each day, striving with all his might to improve his skills. He auditions for orchestras and bands, facing rejection after rejection. He tells himself and others that he has chosen music as his path. But in truth, he is choosing struggle, choosing rejection, choosing the very state of wanting to be rather than being a great musician. Now contrast this with another young man. This one, too, loves music. But instead of focusing on the lack, on the journey, on the process of becoming, he simply knows that he is a great musician. In his imagination, he sees himself performing to thunderous applause. He feels the joy of creating beautiful melodies. He experiences the satisfaction of touching people's hearts through his music. This second young man is not choosing music. Music is choosing him. It has become so much a part of his consciousness that its manifestation in the physical world is a foregone conclusion. He does not struggle. He does not strive. He simply is. And in that state of being, all that he desires naturally flows to him. This, my dear friends, is the essence of what I mean when I say stop choosing what's not choosing you. It is a call to cease the endless struggle against what is not, and to instead embrace fully what is in the reality of your imagination. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, surely we must take action in the world. Surely we must work towards our goals. And to this I say, yes, action is indeed part of the process of manifestation. But it is not action born of struggle or strain. It is inspired action, action that flows naturally from your state of being. When you truly embody the state of your wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, as I often say, the right actions will present themselves to you effortlessly. You will find yourself naturally drawn to the people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your desire. This is the universe, oh God. If you prefer, choosing you, guiding you, shaping your path in accordance with the image you hold in your imagination. Let us delve deeper into this concept, for it is crucial to your understanding and to the transformation of your life. When you choose what's not choosing you, you are essentially saying to the universe, I do not have this thing I desire. I am separate from it, and I must struggle to attain it. And the universe, being the faithful servant that it is, responds by maintaining that very state of separation and separation. But when you choose what's choosing you, or rather, when you recognize and accept what has already chosen you in the realm of imagination, you are declaring to the universe, I am one with my desire. It is already mine. I am already the person who has, does, or is this thing I wish to experience. And the universe, again being the faithful servant, begins to rearrange itself to make your inner reality an artifact. This, my friends, is the true power of imagination. It is not mere fantasy or wishful thinking. It is the very substance of reality, the creative power of the universe itself individualizing you. When you imagine, you are not creating something new, you are selecting from the infinite possibilities that already exist in the mind of God. Consider the words of William Blake, the great poet and mystic. What is now proved was once only imagined. Everything in your world, from the chair you sit on to the most advanced technology, was once only a thought, an idea, a seed in someone's imagination. And so it is with your desires, your goals, your ideal life. They already exist in the realm of infinite possibilities. Your task is not to create them, but to select them, to tune your consciousness to their frequency, to become one with them in the depths of your being. But how, you may ask, do we accomplish this? How do we stop choosing what's not choosing us and start aligning with what is? The answer, my dear friends, lies in the power of your attention and the practice of what I call the law of assumption. Your attention is the instrument by which you tune your consciousness. Whatever you focus on, whatever you give your attention to, grows in your experience. If you constantly focus on what you lack, on the obstacles in your path, on the difficulties you face, you are choosing those very things. You are tuning your consciousness to the frequency of lack, obstacle, and difficulty. But if you direct your attention to the state of your wish fulfilled, if you dwell in the feeling of already being, doing, or having what you desire, you align yourself with that reality. You tune your consciousness to the frequency of abundance, success, and fulfillment. This is where the law of assumption comes into play. To assume means to take for granted. It means to live from the conviction that what you desire is already yours. It is not hoping, it is not wishing, it is not even believing in the conventional sense. It is knowing with every fiber of your being that you are already the person you wish to be, that you already have what you wish to possess, that you are already experiencing what you wish to experience. Let me give you a practical example of how this works. Suppose you desire financial abundance. The conventional approach would be to focus on your current lack of money, to worry about bills, to constantly think about how to make more money. This is choosing what's not choosing you. It's aligning yourself with the very state of financial struggle you wish to escape. Instead, I urge you to assume the state of financial abundance. Feel the relief, the security, the freedom that comes with having more than enough money. See yourself living in the home you desire, driving the car you love, enjoying the experiences that financial abundance allows. Feel the gratitude for this abundance as if it were already yours. Do this not once, not twice, but consistently. Make it your dwelling place. Let it be the last thing you think of as you fall asleep at night and the first thing you embrace as you wake in the morning. Live from this state and watch as the outer world begins to rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. This, my friends, is what it means to choose what's choosing you. It is to align yourself with the version of reality where your desires are already fulfilled. It is to step into the skin of the person you wish to be and to live from that state consistently. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, this sounds like self-deception. Isn't this just pretending? And to this, I say all of life is pretending until it becomes real. The great William Shakespeare wrote, "All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players." You are always playing a role, always pretending to be someone. Why not consciously choose to play the role of the person you truly wish to be? Moreover, this is not deception, for in the realm of imagination, which is the true substance of reality, your desire already exists. You are simply aligning yourself with what is already true on a higher plane of existence. Remember, my dear friends, that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. It is a shadow cast by the light of your consciousness. Change the inner, and the outer must follow suit. This is not magic, it is not supernatural. It is the most natural thing in the world, as natural as a flower turning towards the sun. But I warn you, this practice requires persistence and patience. The world of appearances may not change overnight. Your current circumstances are the result of your past thoughts and assumptions. They have a certain momentum, a certain inertia. But as you consistently hold to your new assumption, as you faithfully choose what's choosing you, you will begin to see changes. At first, these changes may be small. Perhaps an unexpected opportunity arises, or you have a fortuitous encounter with someone who can help you on your path. These are signs that the universe is beginning to respond to your new vibration, your new state of being. Do not dismiss these signs, no matter how small they may seem. Recognize them for what they are: confirmation that your inner transformation is bearing fruit in the outer world. As you persist in your new state, as you continue to choose what's choosing you, these changes will grow more significant. You will find yourself naturally taking actions that align with your desire. Opportunities will seem to fall into your lap. People will be drawn to you, eager to assist you in ways you never imagined possible. This, my friends, is the universe conspiring in your favor. It is the natural result of aligning yourself with what truly chooses you, with what is already yours in the realm of infinite possibilities. But let me caution you, this practice requires a certain detachment from the world of appearances. You must learn to trust the invisible reality of your imagination more than the visible reality of your current circumstances. This can be challenging, especially when the evidence of your senses seems to contradict your inner knowing. In such moments, remember the words of the Apostle Paul: we walk by faith, not by sight. Your faith must be in the reality of your imagination, in the truth of your assumption. This faith is not blind belief, but a deep knowing that transcends physical evidence. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates this principle. Many years ago, when I first began to understand these truths, I found myself in dire financial straits. I had barely enough money to feed myself, let alone pay my rent. The logical, rational part of my mind was consumed with worry and fear. But I decided to put these principles to the test. Instead of dwelling on my lack, I began to assume the state of financial abundance. I imagined myself living in a beautiful apartment, eating at fine restaurants, buying new clothes. I felt the relief of having more than enough money. I experienced the joy of being able to help others financially. I held to this state consistently, even as my outer circumstances seemed to contradict it at every turn. And then, my friends, the most remarkable thing happened. Within a matter of weeks, I received an unexpected sum of money that not only covered my immediate needs, but allowed me to live comfortably for months. This experience taught me a profound lesson: the outer world must conform to the inner conviction. When you truly choose what's choosing you, when you align yourself fully with the state of your wish fulfilled, the universe has no choice but to reflect that state back to you. Now, I want to address a common misconception that often arises when people first encounter these ideas. Some may think that this teaching encourages passivity, that it suggests we should simply sit back and wait for our desires to manifest. Nothing could be further from the truth. When you truly choose what's choosing you, when you fully embody the state of your wish fulfilled, you will be moved to inspired action. This action will not feel like work or struggle. It will feel natural, joyful, almost effortless. You will find yourself doing things that align with your desire, not out of desperation or fear, but out of a sense of enthusiasm and inevitability. Consider the example of a great actor preparing for a role. They don't simply memorize their lines and wait for the cameras to roll. They immerse themselves in the character, thinking, feeling, and even moving as the character would. When it comes time to perform, their actions flow naturally from this assumed state of being. So it must be with you. As you assume the state of your wish fulfilled, as you choose what's choosing you, you will naturally be moved to take actions that align with that state. But these actions will not feel like a struggle against reality. They will feel like a joyful participation in the unfolding of your desire. Let us now turn our attention to another crucial aspect of this teaching: the importance of feeling. It is not enough to merely think about your desire or to visualize it in a detached manner. You must feel it. You must experience the emotion that would be yours if your desire were already fulfilled. Feeling, my dear friends, is the secret. It is the bridge between your current state and the state you wish to embody. When you can generate and sustain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you create a vibrational match with that desired state. And it is this vibrational match that draws your desire into your physical experience. Think for a moment about something you deeply desire. Now, instead of focusing on the absence of this thing in your life, imagine that you already have it. How does it feel? Do you feel joy, relief, excitement, gratitude? Whatever the feeling is, allow yourself to fully experience it. Let it permeate every cell of your body. This feeling is your point of power. It is the language that the universe understands. When you consistently generate this feeling, you are sending out a powerful signal to the universe saying, "This is who I am. This is what I experience." And the universe, being the faithful mirror that it is, must reflect that signal back to you in the form of corresponding experiences. But remember, this is not about forcing yourself to feel positive emotions when you're truly feeling down. That would be just another form of resistance, another way of choosing what's not choosing you. Instead, it's about cultivating a genuine sense of having already received your desire. It's about aligning your emotional state with the reality you wish to experience. This may take practice. You may need to return to this feeling state again and again, especially when your outer circumstances seem to contradict it. But with persistence, you will find that it becomes easier and more natural to dwell in this state of fulfilled desire. Now let us address another important point. Some of you may be wondering, but what if I'm not sure what I truly desire? How can I choose what's choosing me if I don't know what that is? This is a profound question, and it brings us to a deeper understanding of the nature of desire itself. You see, your true desires, the ones that are truly choosing you, do not originate in your human mind. They are not the product of social conditioning or external expectations. They come from a much deeper place, from what I call your divine self or your God self. This divine self knows your true purpose, your highest path. It is constantly communicating with you, sending you impulses in the form of desires. But often these pure desires get clouded by the noise of the world, by our fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. So how do you discern your true desires, the ones that are truly choosing you? The key lies in paying attention to your feelings. When you think about a particular desire, does it fill you with excitement and enthusiasm? Does it feel expansive, as if it's opening up new possibilities for you? Or does it feel constricting, as if you're trying to force yourself into a mold that doesn't fit? Your true desires, the ones that are choosing you, will always feel expansive. They will energize you, inspire you, make you feel more alive. Even if they seem challenging or even impossible from your current standpoint, they will still feel right on a deep level. On the other hand, desires that are not truly choosing you often feel heavy. They may be accompanied by a sense of should or must. They may be driven by a need to prove something to others or to live up to some external standard. I urge you, my dear friends, to pay close attention to these inner signals. They are your divine self communicating with you, guiding you towards your highest good. When you align yourself with these true desires, when you choose what's truly choosing you, you tap into a power far greater than your individual self. You become a channel for the creative power of the universe itself. Let me share with you another personal experience that illustrates this point. Many years ago, I felt a strong desire to share these teachings with the world. At first, my human mind resisted. It told me that I wasn't qualified, that no one would listen to me, that I should stick to a conventional career path. But the desire persisted. Every time I thought about sharing these ideas, I felt a sense of excitement and expansiveness. It energized me in a way that nothing else did. And so, despite my doubts and fears, I chose to align myself with this desire. I chose what was choosing me. The path wasn't always easy. There were challenges and setbacks along the way. But because I was aligned with my true desire, with what was truly choosing me, I found the strength and inspiration to persevere. And as I continued to choose this path, to live from the state of being a teacher and sharer of these truths, the outer world began to conform to this inner conviction. Opportunities to speak and teach began to arise. People were drawn to my lectures, resonating with the ideas I shared. Books flowed from my pen with an ease I had never experienced before. All of this happened not because I struggled and strained, but because I had aligned myself with what was truly choosing me. This, my dear friends, is the power that is available to each and every one of you. When you stop choosing what's not choosing you and start aligning with your true desires, with what's truly choosing you, you tap into a flow of infinite possibility. You become a co-creator with the universe itself. Now I want to address a concern that often arises when people begin to apply these principles. Some worry that by focusing on their own desires, by choosing what's choosing them, they might be acting selfishly or neglecting their responsibilities to others. But I assure you, nothing could be further from the truth. When you align yourself with your true desires, with what's truly choosing you, you are not acting from a place of selfishness. You are allowing the divine self within you to express itself fully in the world. And this divine self, being one with the source of all creation, naturally acts for the highest good of all. Think about it this way: when you are living in alignment with your true self, when you are fully expressing your unique gifts and talents, you are in the best possible position to serve others. You are operating from a place of fullness rather than lack, from joy rather than obligation. Moreover, as you begin to manifest your desires, as your life becomes a living expression of what's truly choosing you, you become an inspiration to others. You show them what's possible when one aligns with their true nature. In this way, your personal fulfillment becomes a gift to the world. Let me give you an example to illustrate this point. Imagine a talented musician who has been working in a job she doesn't enjoy because she believes it's the responsible thing to do. She's providing for her family, but she's unfulfilled and her unique gifts are going unexpressed. Now imagine that this musician decides to align herself with her true desire, with what's truly choosing her. She begins to assume the state of being a successful, fulfilled musician. She feels the joy of creating and performing music. She imagines the impact her music has on others. As she persists in this state, opportunities begin to arise. Her music career takes off. And here's the beautiful part. Not only is she now more fulfilled than I, but she's also in a position to provide even better for her family. Moreover, her music is touching the lives of thousands of people, inspiring them, comforting them, bringing beauty into their lives. This is what happens when you choose what's choosing you. You not only fulfill yourself, but you also position yourself to make your greatest contribution to the world. Now, my dear friends, as we near the end of our discussion, I want to emphasize a crucial point. The practice of choosing what's choosing you, of living from the state of your wish fulfilled, is not a one-time event. It's not something you do once and then sit back and wait for results. It's a way of life, a constant practice of aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to experience. This requires vigilance. It requires a willingness to constantly monitor your thoughts and feelings, to catch yourself when you slip into old patterns of thinking and choosing what's not choosing you. But I assure you, the effort is worth it. For as you make this practice a habit, as it becomes your natural way of being, you will find that your life transforms in ways you may have never thought possible. You will begin to see the world differently. Where once you saw obstacles, you will now see opportunities. Where once you felt lack, you will now feel abundance. Where once you experienced struggle, you will now experience flow. This is not to say that challenges will never arise. They will. But when you're aligned with what's truly choosing you, when you're living from the state of your wish fulfilled, you will face these challenges from a place of power and possibility rather than fear and limitation. Remember, my dear friends, you are not separate from the creative power of the universe. You are that power individualized. When you truly understand and embody this truth, when you consistently choose what's choosing you, you step into your true power as a divine being having a human experience. So I urge you, starting from this very moment, to be vigilant in your thoughts and feelings. Catch yourself when you find yourself focusing on what you don't want, on what's not working, on what's not choosing you. Gently but firmly redirect your attention to what you do want, to the state you wish to embody, to what's truly choosing you. Feel the reality of your desire fulfilled. Live from that state. Let it inform your thoughts, your words, your actions. Do this consistently, persistently, and watch as your world begins to transform. And remember, this practice is not about forcing change through willpower or struggle. It's about allowing your true self to express itself fully in the world. It's about aligning yourself with the flow of life rather than struggling against it. As you leave here today, I want you to carry with you this fundamental truth. You are the operant power in your life. Your consciousness, your imagination, is the creative force through which you shape your reality. By choosing what's truly choosing you, by living from the state of your wish fulfilled, you activate this creative power in the most potent way possible. So go forth, my dear friends, and choose wisely. Choose what's choosing you. Live from the end. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and watch as the miracle of life unfolds before you in ways more wonderful than you could have ever imagined. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. It is not a place you go to, but a state you choose to embody. By choosing what's choosing you, you are claiming your rightful place in this kingdom. You are stepping into your power as a divine creator. And so, my beloved friends, I leave you with this final thought. The world is waiting for you to be you, fully and completely. It is waiting for you to choose what's choosing you, to align with your true desires, to express your divine nature. When you do this, you not only transform your own life, but you contribute to the transformation of the entire world. For each time one of us aligns with our true self, with what's truly choosing us, we raise the vibration of the entire planet. We make it easier for others to do the same. In this way, by choosing what's choosing you, you become a beacon of light in the world, illuminating the path for others to follow. So go now and choose wisely. Choose what's choosing you. Live from the end. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and watch as miracles unfold in your life and in the world around you. Thank you, and may you be blessed on your journey of self-discovery and manifestation.
My dear friends, the truth I speak of is this. Be confident you will get everything in life. Now you may be thinking, how can I be confident of getting everything when my current reality seems so far from my desires? This, my dear friends, is precisely where we must begin our journey of understanding. For the world you see around you is nothing more than the outpicturing of your own consciousness. It is the fruit of your past assumptions, beliefs, and imaginal acts. But here's the wonderful news. Just as your current reality is the result of your past thinking, your future reality can be shaped by your present imagination. You have within you the power to create any reality you desire. This power is your own wonderful human imagination. And it is God in action within you. Let us delve deeper into this profound truth. The Bible tells us in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What is this Word? It is not mere letters on a page or sounds from your lips. The Word is your inner conversation, your assumptions about yourself and the world around you. It is the mental chatter that runs through your mind day and night, shaping your reality in ways you may not even realize. When you truly grasp this concept, when you understand that your inner world is the cause and your outer world is the effect, you will begin to see why confidence in getting everything you desire is not just possible. It is a natural state of one who knows the law. But let me be clear. This confidence is not the brash arrogance of the ego. It is not a loud proclamation to the world of what you will achieve. No, the confidence I speak of is a quiet, unshakable knowing, is the calm assurance of a farmer who has planted his seeds and knows that the harvest will come in due season. This confidence comes from understanding the immutable law of assumption. This law states that if you assume a thing to be true and persist in that assumption, it must become a fact in your external world. It does not matter what your current circumstances are, what others may say, or what past experiences you've had. The law is absolute and works with mathematical precision. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, I've tried positive thinking before and it didn't work. My dear friends, positive thinking alone is not enough. You must go beyond mere surface level affirmations and embody the state of having your desire fulfilled. You must live from the end. What do I mean by living from the end? It means that instead of looking at your current reality and trying to figure out how to get what you want, you imagine that you already have it. You step into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You create a scene in your imagination that implies your desire has already been realized. And you dwell in that scene until it feels natural and real to you. Let me give you an example. Suppose you desire financial abundance. Instead of constantly worrying about your bills or focusing on your lack, you would create a scene in your imagination where you are living the life of abundance. Perhaps you imagine yourself looking at a bank statement with a substantial balance, or you feel the joy and relief of easily paying all your bills with money to spare. You would enter into this scene with all your senses, making it as vivid and real as possible. Here's the key. You don't just do this once and forget about it. You return to this scene again and again, especially as you fall asleep at night. You make it your new inner conversation. Instead of telling yourself, I'm always broke or I can never get ahead, you consistently assume the feeling of financial abundance. You live as though it is already true. This, my friends, is the art of confident assumption. It is the practice of aligning your inner world with your desires, knowing that your outer world must conform to this new inner reality. Now, some of you may be wondering, but what about action? Don't I need to do something in the physical world to achieve my goals? This is a common misunderstanding. Of course, action has its place. But true, inspired action flows naturally from your state of being. When you have truly assumed the state of the wish fulfilled, you will find yourself naturally taking the right actions at the right time. Consider for a moment how you would act if you already had everything you desired. Would you still be frantically searching for solutions? Would you be anxiously trying to make things happen? No, you would be calm, confident, and at peace. This is the state from which effective action springs. Remember, the outer world is dead. It has no life of its own. It is animated entirely by your consciousness. Therefore, trying to change things by manipulating the outer world is like trying to change your reflection in the mirror by touching the glass. The only way to change your reflection is to change yourself. And the mirror will faithfully reflect that change. This brings us to another crucial point. The importance of persistence. The law of assumption works with absolute precision, but it operates on its own time. Your desire may manifest immediately, or it may take weeks, months, or even years. The key is to persist in your assumption regardless of appearances. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust in the natural process of growth. You water it, you provide the right conditions, and you know that in due time it will sprout and grow into a mighty tree. Your desires are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Once planted through your assumption, they will grow and manifest in your reality if you persist in nurturing them with your faith and continued assumption. Now, let's address a common obstacle that many face on this path. Doubt. Doubt is the enemy of faith, and faith is essential for the operation of the law. But here's the beautiful truth. Even if you have doubts, even if you don't believe 100 that this will work, you can still succeed. How? By persisting in spite of your doubts. You see, your subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between what you consciously believe and what you imagine to be true. If you consistently imagine and feel yourself living your desire, even if your conscious mind doubts, your subconscious will accept it as fact and begin to bring it into manifestation. This is why I often say, if you will assume your desire and live there as though it were true, no power on earth can stop it from becoming a fact. Your assumptions persisted in will harden into fact regardless of any contradictory evidence presented by your senses. Let me share with you a personal experience to illustrate this point. Many years ago, when I first began to understand this law, I was living in New York City, struggling to make ends meet. I desired to travel to Barbados to visit my family, but I had no money for the trip. Instead of focusing on my lack of funds, I began to imagine myself already in Barbados. Every night as I fell asleep, I would feel the tropical breeze on my skin, hear the sound of the waves, and feel the joy of being with my family. I persisted in this assumption for several weeks, and then the most remarkable thing happened. I received a letter from my brother in Barbados containing money for a ticket to come home. The circumstances arranged themselves perfectly, and within a short time I found myself actually in Barbados, experiencing in the flesh what I had so vividly imagined. This, my friends, is the power of confident assumption. It is the power to shape your reality through the creative use of your imagination. And this power is not limited to small things or material possessions. It extends to every aspect of your life. Your relationships, your career, your health, your spiritual growth. There's nothing that exists in this world that's not first conceived in someone's imagination. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, what about other people? Don't they have free will? How can I be confident of getting everything when it involves other people's decisions? This is a common concern, but it stems from a misunderstanding of the nature of reality. You see, everyone in your world is you pushed out. They are playing the parts that your consciousness has assigned to them. As you change your concept of self, as you assume a new state of being, the people in your world must conform to this new concept. This is not about controlling others. It's about understanding that your consciousness is the only operative power in your world. Have you had the experience of changing your attitude towards someone, only to find that their behavior towards you changed as well, even though you didn't say or do anything different externally? This is the law in action. As within, so without. This understanding liberates you from the need to manipulate or control external circumstances. You no longer need to worry about how things will work out or try to force situations to conform to your desires. Your only job is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption. The how, when, and where of its manifestation is not your concern. That is the job of the law, which works with a wisdom far beyond your conscious reasoning. Let's take this a step further. Not only can you be confident of getting everything you desire in life, but you can also be confident in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You see, as you begin to live from this new state of being, as you embody the person who has everything they desire, you'll find that your perception of challenges and obstacles changes. What once seemed like insurmountable problems become opportunities for growth and expansion. You begin to see every experience, whether seemingly good or bad, as a perfect reflection of your consciousness, providing you with the exact lessons and growth you need at that moment. This shift in perspective is crucial. It allows you to maintain your confident assumption even when things don't appear to be going your way. You understand that appearances are just that. They are the shadow, not the substance. The substance is your consciousness, your inner assumption. Remember, the time it takes for your assumption to become your physical reality is proportional to the naturalness of the state. This is why it's so important to make your imaginal acts as vivid and real as possible. The more real it feels to you, the more quickly it will manifest in your outer world. Now let's address another important aspect of this practice: detachment. While it may seem contradictory, being confident that you will get everything in life also involves a degree of detachment from the outcome. This doesn't mean you don't care about the result. Rather, it means that you trust in the law so completely that you don't feel the need to constantly check for signs of its working. Think about it this way. When you order something online, you don't spend every moment wondering if it will arrive. You place the order and then you go about your life confident that it will be delivered. This is the kind of detachment I'm talking about. You place your order with the universe through your assumption, and then you relax, knowing it must come to pass. This detachment also allows you to stay open to the infinite wisdom of your subconscious mind. Sometimes, what manifests may be even better than what you initially imagined. By staying detached from the specific form of your desire, you allow the law to work in ways that may surprise and delight you. Now, I want to address something that many of you may be grappling with: the concept of worthiness. Some of you may be thinking, but Neville, how can I be confident of getting everything when I don't feel worthy? My dear friends, listen closely to this truth. You are already worthy. Your worthiness is not something you need to earn or prove. It is your birthright as a child of God. The feeling of unworthiness is simply a state, an assumption you have accepted about yourself. And like any state, it can be changed. How? By assuming a new state of worthiness, by living from the end as a person who knows their infinite worth and value. Remember, you are not a mere mortal trying to appease some external deity. You are God in action, the operant power in your world. The Bible tells us, I and my Father are one. This is not blasphemy. It is the highest truth. When you truly understand and embody this truth, confidence in getting everything you desire becomes your natural state of being. Now let's talk about the role of gratitude in this process. Gratitude is not just a nice sentiment. It is a powerful creative force. When you are grateful for what you have, even before it manifests in your physical reality, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance. You are telling the universe, yes, I'm ready to receive more. But here's the key. Your gratitude must be genuine. It's not about pretending to be grateful for things you don't really appreciate. It's about finding genuine reasons to be thankful even in your current circumstances. As you cultivate this attitude of gratitude, you'll find that more and more things come into your life for which to be grateful. This brings us to another important point. The power of your words. The Bible says death and life are in the power of the tongue. Your words are a direct reflection of your assumptions. They are declarations to the universe of what you believe to be true. Therefore, be mindful of your speech. Speak as though you already have everything you desire. Let your words reflect the state of the wish fulfilled. For instance, instead of saying, I hope to be successful someday, say, I am successful. Instead of saying, I wish I had more money, say, I am abundantly prosperous. Your words should always align with your desired state, not your current circumstances. Now, some of you may be wondering about the role of emotions in this process. Emotions are incredibly powerful. They are the fuel that gives life to your imaginal acts. When you combine vivid imagination with strong, positive emotion, you create an irresistible force that must manifest in your reality. However, it's important to understand that the emotion you're aiming for is not excitement or anticipation. These emotions imply that you don't yet have what you desire. Instead, aim for the calm satisfaction of knowing that your desire is already yours. Feel the relief, the peace, the quiet joy of having your wish fulfilled. This ties into another crucial aspect of being confident. You will get everything in life living in the state of the wish fulfilled. This means that you don't just imagine your desire for a few minutes a day and then go back to your old patterns of thought and behavior. Instead, you strive to embody the person who already has everything they desire. How would you think, feel, and act if you already had everything you wanted? How would you carry yourself? What would your daily routines look like? As you begin to live from this state, you'll find that your outer world naturally conforms to match your inner state of being. Now, I want to address something that many of you may be experiencing as you embark on this journey, the bridging of the gap. This is the period between when you start assuming your new state and when it fully manifests in your physical reality. This can often be a challenging time, as your senses may be telling you one thing while you're trying to assume another. During this time, it's crucial to remember that your senses only show you the effects of your past assumptions. They do not dictate your future. Your job during this bridging period is to persist in your new assumption, regardless of what your senses are telling you. This is where your faith is tested and strengthened. Think of it like this. When you decide to get in shape, you don't see results immediately. There's a period where you're putting in the work at the gym, eating right, but your body hasn't visibly changed yet. But if you persist, eventually your outer form catches up with your inner efforts. The same is true with your imaginative work. This brings us to another important point. The concept of divine timing. Sometimes your desires may manifest quickly. Other times it may take longer than you expected. Trust that there is a divine wisdom at work, orchestrating events in perfect timing for your highest good. Your job is not to try to force or rush the manifestation. Your job is simply to persist in your assumption, to live from the end and to trust in the perfect unfolding of the law. Remember, the vision has its own appointed hour. It ripens, it will flower. If it be long, then wait, for it is sure and will not be late. Now, let's talk about something that many of you may be struggling. Letting go of the old story. You see, for your new assumption to take root and flourish, you must be willing to let go of your old beliefs and narratives about yourself and your life. This can be challenging, especially if you've held on to these beliefs for a long time. But remember, your old story, no matter how familiar it may be, is just that, a story. It's a series of assumptions you've made about yourself and your world. And just as you created that story, you have the power to create a new one. This process of letting go is not about fighting against your old beliefs or trying to forcefully push them away. That kind of resistance only gives them more power. Instead, it's about gently but persistently turning your attention away from the old story and towards your new assumption. Every time you catch yourself falling into old patterns of thought or behavior, simply remind yourself that's the old story. It's no longer relevant to who I am becoming. Then, consciously shift your focus back to your new assumption, your new story. This practice of mental diet is crucial. Just as you are careful about what you put into your physical body, be mindful of what you're feeding your mind. Guard the portals of your mind. Be selective about the thoughts you entertain, the conversations you engage in, the media you consume. Everything should align with and support your new assumption. Now, I want to address something that many of you may be experiencing as you begin to apply these principles. The concept of revision. Revision is a powerful technique that allows you to rewrite your past and shape your present and future. The idea is simple yet profound. If you can change your memory of an event, you change its impact on your life. You see, your past only exists in your memory. And memory, like imagination, is a function of consciousness. Therefore, you have the power to revise your memories, to reimagine past events in a way that serves your present desires and future goals. This doesn't mean denying what happened. It means reinterpreting events in a way that empowers you rather than limits you. For instance, if you have a memory of failure or rejection that's holding you back, you can revise that memory. Reimagine the scene with a different outcome. See yourself succeeding, being accepted, thriving. As you practice revision, you'll find that not only does it change your relationship to your past, but it also shifts your present reality and opens up new possibilities for your future. This is because you're literally rewriting the story of your life. And as we've established, your story shapes your reality. Now let's talk about the importance of persistence. Being confident that you will get everything in life requires unwavering persistence in your assumption. This doesn't mean you never have doubts or moments of weakness. It means that despite these moments, you always return to your assumption. Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you may wobble and fall, but you get back up and try again. Eventually, maintaining balance becomes second nature. The same is true with your assumptions. At first, it may feel unnatural to assume a state that's different from your current reality. But with practice, it becomes easier and more natural. Remember, the law is always working. It doesn't turn on and off based on your moods or temporary lapses in faith. As long as you return to your assumption and persist in it, the law will bring it to pass. This brings us to another crucial point: the importance of living in the present moment. While it's necessary to imagine and feel your desired future, it's equally important to be fully present in your current reality. Why? Because the present moment is where your power lies. It's the point of creation, the only place where you can make choices and take action. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring your goals or desires. It means being fully engaged with your life as it is now, while simultaneously holding the consciousness of your desire fulfilled. This balance allows you to appreciate and make the most of your current circumstances while confidently moving towards your desired reality. As we near the end of our time together, I want to emphasize a fundamental truth. The confidence that you will get everything in life comes from knowing who you really are. You are not a limited, mortal being subject to the whims of an external world. You are a divine, infinite being, creating your reality through your consciousness. When you truly grasp this truth, when you fully embody it, confidence becomes your natural state. You no longer need to strive or struggle to achieve your desires. You simply assume the state of the wish fulfilled, knowing that it must manifest in your physical reality. My dear friends, as you leave here today, I urge you to begin living from this new understanding. Choose an aspect of your life where you desire change. Create a scene that implies this change has already occurred. Enter into that scene with all your senses. Feel the reality of it. Then carry that feeling with you throughout your day. Watch how your perception shifts. Notice how opportunities aligned with your desire begin to present themselves. Pay attention to the subtle changes in your relationships, your circumstances, your entire world. Remember, the outer world is constantly conforming to your inner assumptions. As you maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, your reality has no choice but to reflect this back to you. Be patient with yourself in this process. Like any new skill, it takes practice. There may be times when you slip back into old patterns of thought. When this happens, gently but firmly bring your attention back to your desired state. Persist. And above all, have faith. Faith not in some external power, but in the creative power of your own wonderful human imagination. Trust in the law that states whatever you assume and feel to be true must and will objectify itself in your world. Go forth now and live from the end. Act as though you already have everything you desire. Feel the joy, the fulfillment, the gratitude of having all that you want. And watch in wonder as your world transforms to match your inner state. Remember, you are the operant power in your world. You are the author of your life story. Write it beautifully, live it fully, and watch as your dreams unfold into your living reality. Thank you. And may your imagination be filled with the grandest visions of your ideal life. For as you imagine and feel it to be real, so it must become. In closing, my dear friends, I want to leave you with this final thought. The journey you're embarking on, the journey of conscious creation, is the most important work you will ever do. It is nothing less than the discovery and expression of your true divine nature. As you practice these principles, as you live from the state of the wish fulfilled, you're not just changing your external circumstances, you're evolving your consciousness. You're expanding your awareness of who you truly are, what you're capable of creating. This work requires courage. It requires faith. It requires persistence. But the rewards are beyond anything you can currently imagine. For when you master the art of conscious creation, when you fully embody the truth that you are the operant power in your world, you step into a life of true freedom, joy, and limitless possibility. So go forth with confidence, my friends. Know that you have within you everything you need to create the life of your dreams. Trust in the law, persist in your assumptions, and watch as miracles unfold in your life. Remember, the world is your mirror, faithfully reflecting back to you your innermost assumptions and beliefs. As you change your inner world, your outer world must change to match it. This is the promise and the power of the law. Be bold in your imagining. Dream big. Assume states that may seem impossible from your current standpoint, for nothing is impossible to the power that resides within you. And as you walk this path, as you begin to see the fruits of your imaginative work manifesting in your reality, share this knowledge with others. Help them to awaken to their own divine nature, to their own creative power. For as more and more individuals awaken to this truth, as more and more people begin to consciously create their reality, we move closer to a world of harmony, abundance, and joy for all. This, my friends, is the great work we are all called to do. This is the true purpose of our existence, to awaken to our divine nature and to create a world that reflects the highest and best within us. So go now with confidence, with faith, with persistence. Know that you will get everything in life, for you are the creator of your reality. The power is yours. Use it wisely, use it lovingly, and watch as miracles unfold in your life and in the world around you. Thank you, and may your journey be filled with wonder, joy, and the thrill of conscious creation, for you are the operant power.
In the hustle and bustle of life, many of us find ourselves chasing after what we desire, be it success, love, peace, or wealth. We work tirelessly, often to the point of exhaustion, believing that the harder we try, the closer we come to achieving our dreams. But I tell you today, the secret is not in the trying, but in the being. You see, the universe responds not to your efforts or your struggles, but to your state of being. When you stop trying to get it, you open the door for it to come to you. The more you try to force something into existence, the more you affirm to the universe that you do not already possess it. You are in a state of lack, and in that state of lack you repel the very thing you desire. Let us reflect on the words, "Stop trying to get it," and you will have it all. The moment you realize that you are already the embodiment of all that you seek is the moment everything starts to shift. The key is within you. The power you seek is within your own consciousness. You must first recognize your divine nature and the abundance that already exists within and around you. Now, take a moment to think about a time when you were desperate for something. Perhaps you wanted a promotion at work, or you longed for a particular relationship to come into your life. When you focused solely on the desire itself, did it not seem to elude you? But when you relaxed and began to live in the assumption that it was already yours, did it not naturally flow to you? This is the power of your inner world. What you believe, what you assume, and what you feel within yourself is what you manifest into your outer world. The secret to having it all is not in pushing and striving for it, but in surrendering to the knowing that it is already yours. The moment you stop trying to get it, you align with the energy of having it. Let me ask you, how would you act if you already had everything you desired? How would you feel if all your dreams were already fulfilled?
Would you feel more relaxed, more confident, more peaceful? This shift in perspective is not a mere exercise in imagination, it is the very foundation of manifestation. You must embody the feelings of your desires fulfilled, for in doing so you create a vibrational match to those desires. The more you embody the feeling of having it all, the more it will flow to you effortlessly. This is why the path to manifestation lies in your belief. If you persist in the belief that you are lacking, you will continue to attract lack. But when you believe, truly believe, that you are whole and complete in this very moment, everything you need will come to you naturally. You do not need to seek it out, chase after it, or force it into existence. It is already yours by divine right. The law of attraction, a principle that many talk about but few truly understand. The universe is not something separate from you. It is not out there, distant, or beyond your reach. The universe is within you. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, and your actions all work in harmony with the universe to create your reality. You are not a passive observer. You are the creator. You are the architect of your own life. The moment you stop trying to chase after what you think you need, you begin to recognize that everything you have ever desired is already inside you. Imagine you are sitting in a room, and the room is filled with treasures, gold, jewels, and everything you could ever want. All you need to do is open your eyes to the room that you are already in. There is no need to go outside of this room to search for what you desire. Everything you need is already within your reach, just waiting for you to realize it. Yet many spend their entire lives searching for treasure outside the room, thinking it is somewhere beyond their grasp, when in truth it has always been with them. The act of trying to get something stems from a deep-seated belief in lack. When you are in the vibration of lack, you constantly feel that there is something missing from your life. You feel as though you must earn what is rightfully yours. But what if I told you that there is no need to earn what you already have? What if I told you that the moment you accept your inherent worthiness, everything you desire will naturally come to you? Your desires are not there to torment you, to make you feel incomplete. They are there to remind you of who you truly are. Your desires are a reflection of the divine essence within you, calling you to awaken to your full potential. The only thing standing between you and your desires is your belief that you need to work hard to earn them. The truth is, you do not need to earn what you are already entitled to. Your desires are simply a reflection of the consciousness you hold. To stop trying to get it means to cease striving from a place of fear or desperation. It means stepping into a state of trust, knowing that all things are working together for your good. When you stop trying to get it, you begin to live in alignment with the flow of life, with the natural rhythm of the universe. And in that flow, everything you desire will effortlessly appear. Consider the nature of a river. The river does not struggle to flow. It does not try to get to the ocean. It simply flows, knowing that its destination is already set. It moves naturally, without resistance, carving its own path, and in doing so it reaches the ocean. It doesn't chase the ocean, it becomes the ocean. It merges with it. And so it is with you. When you stop trying to get what you desire and simply allow yourself to be, you align with the natural flow of life. Everything you need will come to you as effortlessly as the river flows to the sea. The struggle many face comes from the belief that they must control the outcome. They try to micromanage the how and when of their desires, but the how and when are not for you to decide. Your role is to simply believe, feel, and act as if your desires are already fulfilled. The universe will take care of the rest. When you surrender the need to control, you open the doors for your desires to come to you in ways far beyond your limited understanding. You see, every thought you think is a seed you plant in the soil of your consciousness. The quality of the seeds you plant determines the harvest you will reap. But here's the catch. It's not about planting seeds in a frantic attempt to get something. It's about planting seeds with the knowing that the harvest is already yours. When you plant with the intention of getting something, you are planting with the energy of lack. You are affirming that you do not have it now, and that energy ripples out into the universe. But when you plant with the knowing that it is already yours, you plant with the energy of abundance, and that energy attracts more of the same. Let me tell you something else. The things you desire are already in alignment with your purpose. The dreams you have are not random. They are part of the divine plan for your life. You were born with a specific purpose, and your desires are the whispers of your soul, guiding you towards that purpose. When you stop trying to get it, you allow yourself to be guided. You trust that the desires you have are simply stepping stones along your journey, not obstacles to overcome. There is a profound peace that comes when you stop trying. It is the peace of knowing that everything is already working in your favor. You do not have to fight for what is yours. You do not have to prove yourself. You do not have to push or strain. The more you push, the further you push away what you desire. But the more you surrender, the closer you draw it to you. This peace is the key to unlocking your desires. When you are at peace, you vibrate at a frequency that is in perfect harmony with the universe. The universe is not a chaotic, unpredictable force. It is a system of perfect order and balance. And when you align yourself with that order, everything flows effortlessly to you. But the moment you step into resistance, the flow is interrupted. The more you try to control, the more you block the very thing you seek. It's time to let go of the struggle. It's time to trust in the process. The moment you stop trying to get it, you open yourself to receiving it. Your desires are not a reward for hard work, they are a reflection of who you are at your core. The moment you stop seeking, you begin to see the truth. You already have it. You are the very embodiment of everything you have ever desired. And this truth is not limited to material things. It extends to your relationships, your health, your happiness, and your inner peace. When you stop trying to get love, love comes to you. When you stop trying to get success, success comes to you. When you stop trying to get validation, validation comes to you. Everything you seek is already within you, waiting to be recognized. So take a moment to reflect on your desires. What is it that you have been chasing? What have you been striving for? Now ask yourself, what if it is already mine? What if I do not need to work so hard to get it? What if I simply allow myself to experience it now? When you shift your thinking from trying to getting, you align yourself with your true power. The truth is simple. You are not here to struggle. You are here to live, to experience, and to create. You are here to remember your divine essence and to allow the universe to reflect that essence back to you. You are the creator of your reality, and when you stop trying to get it, you give yourself permission to create it with ease. There is no need for struggle. There is no need for worry. There is no need for fear. The moment you let go of the need to try, you open the space for everything you desire to flow to you effortlessly. It's time to stop trying to get it and instead simply trust that it is already yours. The moment you let go of the struggle, you will find that you have it all. You are already whole. You are already abundant. You are already loved. And when you stop trying, the universe will show you just how true that is. So let go. Let go of the fear. Let go of the struggle. Let go of the belief that you need to try harder. Trust that it is already yours. Trust that everything you desire is already on its way to you, and that the moment you stop trying to get it, you will have it all. When you stop trying to force outcomes, you step into a profound state of relaxation, of allowing. The more you allow life to unfold naturally, the more you see how effortlessly it can come to you. You may have been taught to believe that success requires relentless effort, to believe that happiness is earned through struggle. But the truth is quite the opposite. Success, joy, peace, and everything you desire is simply an effect of aligning with your highest self and allowing the universe to deliver. It doesn't need to be forced, it needs to be received. When you are in a state of wanting, you are focusing on the absence of the thing you desire. You are telling the universe that it's not here, that it's something outside of you, something you have to chase. But the moment you stop wanting and begin feeling as though you already possess what you desire, you align with the energy of abundance. You shift from a place of lack to a place of wholeness. When you believe that you already have what you want, you no longer need to fight for it. In fact, the mere act of chasing after your desires signifies that you do not truly believe they are already yours. The power of manifestation lies in the ability to believe that what you seek is already yours. and to experience that belief fully in the present moment. The act of trying is an act of resistance. It is an effort to manipulate the outside world to match your internal desires, and that effort only creates more resistance. However, when you stop trying and surrender to the belief that what you want is already yours, you allow the universe to align with your energy and bring it to you. The secret is not in the doing, but in the being. You are already the person who possesses everything you seek. The wealth, the love, the success, the happiness, it is all inside you already. And the more you try to get these things, the further away they seem to be. But when you stop trying and begin embodying the essence of having everything you desire, you become the magnet that attracts it all. Your thoughts are not just fleeting things. They are powerful forces that shape your reality. What you think about consistently, you will bring about. This is why it is so important to focus not on the absence of what you want, but on the abundance that is already yours. Stop focusing on what you don't have, and start focusing on what you already possess. Shift your thoughts from lack to abundance, from struggle to ease, and you will see your reality begin to reflect that shift. In every moment, you have the power to choose your thoughts and emotions. You have the power to decide whether you will continue to chase after something, or whether you will embrace the truth that it is already yours. The moment you realize that you do not need to chase after anything, you step into a state of complete freedom. You stop working against the natural flow of life, and instead you start working with it. The more you try to control the outcome, the more you resist the natural process of manifestation. It is a paradox: the more you chase after something, the more you push it away. But the moment you let go of control and trust in the process, the universe aligns with your desires. It's like trying to hold on to water. The more tightly you grip it, the more it slips through your fingers. But when you relax your grip and allow the water to flow, it stays with you. You must trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when it seems like things are not moving in the direction you want. Trust that the universe is always working behind the scenes to bring you what you desire. It may not come in the exact way you expect, but it will come. When you stop trying to control the how, and when you allow space for miracles to happen. One of the most profound shifts you can make in your life is the realization that you are already whole. You are not lacking anything. You do not need to work harder or try more desperately to prove your worth or to earn the things you desire. You are worthy simply because you exist. Your desires are not signs of what you lack, but rather reflections of your divine essence, calling you to become more of who you truly are. When you stop trying to get something, you begin to express more fully who you are, and in doing so, you allow everything you desire to come to you. The law of attraction is not just about asking for what you want and waiting for it to appear. It is about becoming the person who already has what you want. It is about embodying the energy of having it and allowing that energy to magnetize your desires to you. When you embody the feeling of already having what you want, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are in alignment with your desires. The universe responds to this vibration by bringing you everything that matches it. You are a vibrational being, and everything in the universe is energy. The car you drive, the relationships you have, the money in your bank account, they are all the result of the vibration you are emitting. When you stop trying to get it, you stop emitting the vibration of lack. Instead, you begin to emit the vibration of abundance, and the universe responds accordingly. But this process is not about forcing yourself into a state of feeling good when you don't truly feel that way. It is not about pretending everything is fine when you feel conflicted. The key is to shift your perception. Start by recognizing that the desire you have is already a part of you. You are already in possession of it. Your only task is to align with the truth that it is already yours. Once you realize that the thing you desire is not separate from you, the need to try to get it disappears. You no longer need to chase it because you are already living as though you have it. Take a moment and ask yourself, what is it that I am striving for? And now ask, what if I already had it? What would that feel like? Step into the feelings of having what you want. Feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude. As you embrace those feelings, you align with the very energy that brings your desires into reality. The more you feel as if your desires are already fulfilled, the more they will materialize in your life. Life is not about struggling to achieve something. It is about recognizing that everything you need is already here, and everything you desire is already on its way to you. The universe is abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone. There is no need to compete, no need to hustle. All you have to do is align with the energy of abundance, stop trying to get it, and allow the universe to bring everything you desire to you. This process takes patience. It takes trust. But most of all, it takes surrender. When you stop trying to force things into existence, you begin to experience life in a whole new way. You begin to see the magic of the universe unfolding before your eyes. You begin to notice synchronicities, opportunities, and blessings that were always there, but that you were too caught up in the chase to see. The key to having it all is not in the striving, it is in the being. The more you allow yourself to be the person who already has everything you desire, the more the universe will respond to you. And when you stop trying to get it, you will have it all. You may wonder how this all works. How can simply stopping the pursuit of something, releasing the need to chase after it, bring it to you? The answer lies in the understanding of the deeper workings of the mind and the universe. We live in a world governed by laws far greater than we can comprehend with our conscious minds. But once you begin to understand that everything is energy, that your thoughts and feelings are not merely fleeting moments, but actual vibrations influencing the fabric of your reality, things begin to make sense. Every thought, every feeling you emit, whether positive or negative, creates a ripple in the universe, sending out signals that attract similar energy back to you. So the more you focus on the lack of what you desire, the more you create a reality where that lack persists. It is the natural law at work. What you focus on grows. This is why it's so important to shift your focus from what you don't have to what you already have, and to fully embrace the feeling of having it now. When you stop the constant yearning and let go of the urgency, you create space for the fulfillment of your desires. You have been programmed, often by society and external influences, to believe that striving, achieving, and doing are the only ways to succeed. The truth is, success is not about how much effort you put into obtaining something. True success comes from within, from the quiet realization that you are already whole and complete. You are already worthy of everything you desire. The act of getting is simply an illusion. Your true power lies in being, in the present moment, and accepting your inherent worth. When you stop trying to get it, you tap into the infinite power that exists within you. You stop pushing against the flow of life and instead flow with it. The struggle to obtain what you desire fades away, and you become an open channel for the universe to deliver everything you want. The key is surrendering the need for control, surrendering the need to prove your worthiness, and surrendering the belief that you have to work harder or strive more to have what you want. You let go of resistance and open yourself up to the abundance that is already yours. At the same time, it's important to recognize that the process of manifesting what you desire isn't about doing nothing. It's about aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the vision of who you are and what you want to bring into your life. But the key distinction is that you are not trying to get something that is separate from you. You are allowing your true self to emerge and express itself fully. Your desires are not something outside of you that you need to chase down. They are an expression of who you already are. And the more you align with your true nature, the more everything you desire will flow toward you effortlessly. Think about how much easier it is to attract positive outcomes when you are calm and centered. When you are relaxed and at peace, you are in a state of allowing. You are no longer pushing, no longer forcing, but instead, you are simply being. And in that state of being, you are vibrating at the frequency of everything you desire. It's like a magnet drawing everything you want right to you. The harder you push, the more you are pushing against the flow of life. But when you stop trying and simply align with the present moment, with who you truly are, you open the floodgates to your desires. This might feel like a paradox, especially if you spent your life working hard to get ahead, trying to achieve something, or chasing after success. But that's exactly the point. Your hard work and effort are not what bring you true fulfillment. They may bring temporary results, But long-term fulfillment comes from a place of inner peace, from a state of acceptance, and from knowing that you already have everything you need. Your worth does not depend on what you achieve or acquire. Your worth is inherent. And the moment you realize that, you stop chasing and start living in alignment with your true self. This is where true power lies, in the ability to release the need for external validation and to simply be who you are. When you are fully aligned with the energy of who you are, when you are not attached to outcomes or driven by the need to prove something, you become magnetic. You become a vessel through which all your desires can flow. And the best part is, it's not a difficult thing to do. It doesn't require years of effort, hard work, or sacrifice. All it requires is the willingness to stop trying, to trust that everything you desire is already on its way to you, and to allow the universe to work its magic. The law of attraction is a powerful force, but its true power lies in understanding that you are not the one doing the attracting. You are the one allowing. The universe is already bringing you everything you desire. Your job is to align with that truth and let go of the need to chase after it. Once you stop trying to get it, you realize that it's always been there, waiting for you to claim it. It's been right in front of you the entire time, and all you had to do was stop running after it. When you stop trying, you stop resisting, you stop fighting against the flow of life. And in that moment of surrender, you become one with the universe. You become the creator of your reality, not by trying to force it, but by allowing it to unfold in its perfect time and form. The process of manifestation is not about striving, but about being. It's about stepping into the person you are meant to be and living as if everything you want is already yours. One of the most profound realizations you can have is that you don't need to work hard to achieve your desires. The universe is abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone. There is no scarcity, no shortage, no competition. The only thing standing between you and your desires is the belief that you need to try to get them. When you release that belief and accept that everything you need is already here, everything you desire will manifest effortlessly. The power is not in the struggle. The power is in the surrender. The power is in letting go of the need to chase, to fight, and to force things into being. The power is in knowing that you are enough, that you are worthy of everything you desire, and that everything you want is already on its way to you. The moment you stop trying to get it is the moment you open the door to everything you have ever wanted. When you let go of the need to chase after what you desire, you shift your energy from a place of scarcity and lack to one of abundance and trust. This is the key to transforming your life. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is trying to fill a void, and instead you recognize that you are already whole. Your desires are not separate from you, they are a reflection of your own inner being. The more you align with your inner self, the more your desires naturally unfold. It is in the act of letting go, of not grasping so tightly to the outcome, that you create the space for your dreams to become a reality. Imagine for a moment that you are in a constant state of longing, always striving, always trying to achieve the next thing. The mind is continuously working, calculating, figuring out what to do next, how to get to the next level. There is no peace in this cycle. It's exhausting. But when you stop, when you pause, and allow yourself to be present, something miraculous happens. You create a gap in the noise, a stillness that allows the universe to step in. It's as though you've finally stopped fighting against the current, and now you are allowing the current to carry you effortlessly toward your destination. This doesn't mean that you become passive or lazy. It simply means that you cease the struggle, and instead you act from a place of inspiration rather than desperation. The actions you take come from a place of alignment, not from a place of pushing and forcing. When you act from inspiration, your actions are energized and effortless. The results you achieve are a natural outpouring of your alignment with your true self, not a result of hard labor or endless striving. Now think about the energy you bring to every situation in your life. How often do you find yourself caught in a state of needing approval, validation, or achievement? How much of your energy goes into trying to prove something to others, or trying to be something you're not? When you stop trying to get approval, when you stop seeking external validation, you release yourself from the chains of comparison and competition. You stop looking outside of yourself for confirmation and begin to trust the wisdom within. The truth is, everything you need is already within you. The moment you stop trying to get what you desire, you start to recognize that you already have it. You start to see the ways in which your desires are already showing up in your life, even if they are in subtle forms. You realize that the key to manifesting what you want is not through striving, but through aligning with your own inner truth. It's about trusting the process and having faith in the timing of the universe. When you stop trying to get it, you stop putting pressure on yourself. You stop living in a state of constant need and longing. Instead, you step into a state of abundance, of trust, and of allowing. You begin to realize that your worth is not determined by what you achieve, but by who you are at the core. Your worth is inherent, and nothing outside of you can add or take away from that. Once you understand this, you no longer feel the need to chase after your desires because you know they are already yours. You simply need to allow them to come to you. This is the beauty of manifestation. It's not about forcing the universe to give you what you want. It's about aligning yourself with the flow of the universe. When you stop trying to get it, you open yourself up to receiving it in ways that you couldn't have imagined before. The universe has a way of bringing you exactly what you need at exactly the right time. And when you stop trying to make it happen, you stop blocking the flow of abundance that is always present. Let go of the notion that you have to work harder to achieve your dreams. Stop believing that you have to hustle and grind in order to succeed. These beliefs are rooted in scarcity and fear. They tell you that there isn't enough, that you have to fight for what you want. But when you stop trying to get it, you release yourself from this limiting belief. You step into a new paradigm, one where everything you desire is already within your reach. The shift from effort to ease is a powerful one. It requires trust. Trust that the universe knows what you need, and that everything you desire will come to you in its own perfect timing. Trust that you don't have to force anything, that you don't have to chase after your dreams. Trust that all you need to do is be yourself and allow life to unfold as it's meant to. The more you surrender to this process, the more your life begins to flow with ease. You begin to notice that opportunities arise effortlessly, that things start to fall into place without you having to force them. The job you've been wanting comes to you, the relationship you've been seeking manifests, the financial abundance you've desired appears without you needing to struggle or chase after it. It's as though the moment you stop trying, everything you've been seeking finds its way to you. This shift can be challenging, especially if you've spent your entire life believing that success comes from hard work, struggle, and effort. But the truth is, success doesn't come from striving, it comes from alignment. It comes from knowing that everything you desire is already yours, and that the universe is simply waiting for you to align with it. When you stop trying to get it, you allow the universe to deliver what's already on its way to you. Your desires are not something that you have to earn or deserve, they are simply a reflection of who you are. The more you stop trying to chase them, the more you step into the fullness of who you already are. And that is when you begin to experience the magic of life, the effortless flow of abundance, joy, and fulfillment that is your birthright. So take a moment and breathe. Let go of the constant pressure to get it. Release the need to strive, to chase, to struggle. Trust that everything you want is already on its way to you. Allow yourself to be present in the moment, to fully embrace the truth of who you are. And as you do, you will find that the very things you once chased so desperately will come to you effortlessly, simply because you stopped trying to get them. The universe is always working in your favor. Your desires are not separate from you. They are a reflection of your own divine essence. Stop trying to get them, and you will have it all. Allow the natural flow of life to bring everything you desire to you, and watch as your world transforms in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. When you stop trying to get it, you will finally realize that it was never about getting it at all. It was always about letting it come to you. In conclusion, the key to unlocking the life you desire lies in the profound act of letting go. When you stop trying to get what you want, you release the resistance that blocks your flow. and you allow the universe to bring your desires to you effortlessly. It's not about forcing or striving, it's about aligning with who you truly are and trusting that everything you seek is already on its way to you. The moment you stop the chase, you shift into a state of abundance, trust, and peace. You are enough, and you already have everything within you to manifest the life of your dreams. Embrace the power of surrender and allow your desires to flow toward you with ease. When you stop trying to get it, you open the door to receiving it all.
Now you may wonder, what does it mean to be silent? And why should we act as if we have nothing to lose? These questions, my dear listeners, are the very gateway to your transformation. For in silence we find the fertile soil of creation, and in acting as if we have nothing to lose, we embrace the limitless nature of our true selves. Let us begin with silence. When I speak of silence, I do not merely refer to the absence of sound, though that is certainly a part of it. No, the silence I speak of is a profound inner quietude, a stilling of the mind's incessant chatter, a cessation of the doubts and fears that so often plague our consciousness. This silence is the canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our desires. Imagine, if you will, a tranquil lake at dawn. The surface is mirror smooth, reflecting the sky above in perfect clarity. This lake is your mind in true silence. In this state, the thoughts you choose to entertain, the images you decide to hold, are reflected with astounding power and precision into the vast universe of creation. But how does one achieve this silence? It is not through force or struggle, for these only create more noise. Instead, it is through gentle awareness, through the conscious decision to observe your thoughts without judgment, to let them pass like clouds in the sky, neither clinging to them nor pushing them away. As you cultivate this inner silence, you begin to hear the whispers of your true self, the voice of your divine nature that has always been there, waiting patiently for you to leave it. This voice, my friends, is the voice of God within you, for you are not separate from the creative force of the universe. You are that force, individualized and made manifest. In this silence, you will find that your desires, your true desires, not the petty ones of the ego, but the deep longings of your soul, become clear. And it is here, in this clarity, that we begin to act as if we have nothing to lose. Now, what does it mean to act as if you have nothing to lose? It means to live from the end, to embody the state of your wish fulfilled with such conviction that the world has no choice but to conform to your assumption. It means to walk in the absolute knowing that what you desire is already yours, not in some distant future, but here and now. Consider for a moment the story of the prodigal son. When he returned home, broken and destitute, his father did not see him as he appeared in that moment. No, the father saw his son as he truly was, whole and complete. And in seeing him thus, the father called for the finest robe, for a ring, for a celebration. He acted as if his son had never been lost, as if there was nothing to forgive, nothing to lose. This, my dear listeners, is how we must approach our desires. We must clothe ourselves in the feeling of our wish fulfilled, wear the ring of our rightful inheritance, and celebrate our victory even before it is visible to the mortal eye. For what is seen is temporal, but what is unseen is eternal. But you may ask, Debbie, how can I act as if I have nothing to lose when I feel so much fear, so much doubt? And to this I say, your fear, your doubt, these are but shadows cast by the light of your true power. They have no substance of their own. They are the creations of your mind, just as surely as your successes and your joys. To act as if you have nothing to lose is to recognize that in truth, you have nothing to lose but your limitations. You have nothing to lose but your false beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of. You have nothing to lose but the chains you've placed upon yourself. Imagine for a moment that you are an actor on a stage. The role you've been playing up until now has been one of limitation, of fear, of scarcity. But now you've been handed a new script. In this new role, you are abundance incarnate. You are fearless. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Would you refuse to play this new part simply because you've grown accustomed to the old one? Of course not. You would embrace it with all your heart, with all your skill as a performer. This, my friends, is exactly what I'm asking you to do in your life. Embrace the role of the person who has already achieved their desire. Feel it, live it, breathe it. Let every cell of your body vibrate with the knowing that what you seek is already yours. Now you might be thinking, but Neville, surely this is deception. Surely this is lying to myself, and to this I say there is no deception here. For the world you see around you is nothing more than the outpicturing of your old life. Your current circumstances are the fruit of seeds planted by your past assumptions. Therefore, to assume a new state is not to lie, but to plant new seeds, to choose a new reality. Remember, the universe is infinite, boundless, and plastic. It takes the shape of your dominant assumptions. When you truly grasp this, when you internalize this truth, you will understand that you truly have nothing to lose by assuming your desire is fulfilled. For in doing so, you are simply aligning yourself with the reality you wish to experience. Let me share with you a principle that has transformed countless lives. The law of assumption. This law states that if you assume you are what you want to be and continue in that assumption, it will harden into fact. This is not positive thinking, not mere wishful daydreaming. This is the conscious direction of your creative power, the same power that beats your heart and grows your fingernails. To act as if you have nothing to lose is to fully embrace this law. It is to say, I am what I want to be. Here and now, it is to walk through the world as if your desire is already fulfilled, regardless of any seeming contradictions in your physical environment. Consider the biblical story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. Joshua and his army were commanded to march around the city walls for 7 days, blowing trumpets. On the 7th day, they were to give a great shout and the walls would fall. Now, imagine being one of those soldiers. Day after day you march, you blow your trumpet, and nothing seems to change. The walls stand as firm as ever. Would you not be tempted to doubt, to question, to give up? But Joshua and his men persisted. They acted as if they had nothing to lose, as if their victory was assured. And on that 7th day, when they gave their mighty shout, the walls came tumbling down. This, my friends, is the power of persistent assumption. This is what it means to act as if you have nothing to lose. You continue in your assumption. You persist in your faith, even when all visible evidence seems to contradict it. For you know that the visible world is but a shadow, a reflection of the unseen world of your consciousness. Now let us delve deeper into the art of being silent. Silence in this context is not merely the absence of speech. It is a profound state of inner peace and receptivity. It is the silence of a mind no longer at war with itself, no longer divided against its own desires. In this silence, you become acutely aware of the thoughts that pass through your mind. You begin to notice the habitual patterns of thinking that have shaped your life up to this point. And in this noticing, you gain the power to choose differently. For many of us, our minds are like a crowded marketplace full of competing voices, each clamoring for attention. There's the voice of doubt, always ready to point out why something won't work. There's the voice of fear, constantly alerting us to potential dangers and pitfalls. There's the voice of unworthiness, telling us we don't deserve what we desire. But in cultivating inner silence, we create space. We create distance between ourselves and these thoughts. We begin to see them for what they are, not absolute truths, but simply habits of mind, patterns of thinking that we've allowed to run unchecked for far too long. In this silence, we can finally hear the still, small voice of our true self. This voice speaks not in words, but in feelings and intuitions, in sudden flashes of insight. It is the voice of our divine nature, the part of us that is one with the creative force of the universe. And what does this voice tell us? It tells us that we are limitless beings, that we are one with the source of all creation. It tells us that our desires are not random or capricious, but are in fact the universe calling us toward our highest expression of self. When we listen to this voice, when we align ourselves with its wisdom, we naturally begin to act as if we have nothing to lose. For we realize that, in truth, we have everything to gain. We realize that every desire that has been planted in our heart comes with the power to fulfill it. Think of a seed. Within that tiny speck is contained everything needed to become a mighty oak tree. It doesn't worry about how it will grow, where it will find the resources to become so large. It simply begins to grow, acting as if it has nothing to lose. You, my dear listeners, are like that seed. Within you is contained everything you need to become the person you desire to be, to achieve everything you wish to achieve. Your job is not to figure out how it will happen, but simply to begin growing, to begin assuming the state of your wish fulfilled. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, I've tried this before. I've tried to believe, to have faith, and nothing changed. To this, I say persistence is key. Remember the story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. They didn't fall on the first day or the second, or even the sixth. It was only through persistent assumption, through continuing to act as if the walls would fall, that the miracle occurred. Your desired state, your wish fulfilled, is your promised land. And like the Israelites in the desert, you may face times of doubt, times when it seems you're wandering in circles. But I assure you, if you persist in your assumption, If you continue to act as if you have nothing to lose, your Jericho walls will fall. Let me share with you a technique that can help you maintain this state of assumption, even in the face of seeming contradictions. It's called the lullaby method. Just as a mother soothes her child to sleep with a gentle lullaby, you can lull your conscious mind into acceptance of your desire as fact. Choose a short, simple phrase that implies your wish is fulfilled. It might be something like, "Thank you for my perfect health," or "I am so grateful for my wonderful new job," or "Isn't it wonderful that I am now happily married?" Repeat this phrase to yourself gently, lovingly, as you drift off to sleep each night. As you do this, feel the reality of these words. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the satisfaction of having what you desire. Let this feeling permeate your entire being. This is not merely affirmation. It is the active assumption of the state of your wish fulfilled. By doing this night after night, you are impressing your subconscious mind with the reality of your desire. You are planting seeds in the fertile soil of your imagination, seeds that will inevitably sprout and bear fruit in your physical reality. Now, let's address another aspect of acting as if you have nothing to lose, a willingness to take inspired action. Some people misunderstand the law of assumption, thinking it means they should sit back and wait for their desires to magically appear. But this is not the case at all. When you truly assume the state of your wish fulfilled, when you fully embody the person who has what you desire, you will naturally be moved to take actions in alignment with that state. These actions may not always be what you expect, and they may not always be comfortable, but they will always be in service of your assumption. For example, if you are assuming the state of being a successful business owner, you might feel inspired to attend networking events, to reach out to potential clients, to study successful business strategies. These actions arise naturally from your assumed state. You're not forcing yourself to do them out of a sense of obligation or fear. Rather, they feel like the natural, obvious things to do given who you now know yourself to be. This is what it means to act as if you have nothing to lose. You take inspired action without attachment to the outcome, without fear of failure or rejection. For you know that your assumption, your inner conviction, is the true creative force. The actions you take are simply allowing that inner reality to express itself in the outer world. Remember, the outer world is plastic fluid, constantly changing in response to your inner state. When you act from a place of lack, of fear, of scarcity, the world reflects that back to you. But when you act from a place of abundance, of confidence, of knowing that your desire is already fulfilled, the world has no choice but to reshape itself to match your assumption. This brings us to another crucial point, the importance of detachment. When I say act as if you have nothing to lose, I'm not suggesting that you become reckless or careless. Rather, I'm inviting you to detach from the need for specific outcomes, to release your grip on how things should unfold. Think of it this way: when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust in the natural process of growth. You provide water and sunlight, but you don't try to force the seed to sprout. You know that in its own time, in its own way, it will grow into a plant. Similarly, when you plant the seed of your desire in the fertile soil of your imagination, you must trust in the natural process of manifestation. You continue to water it with your assumption, to provide the sunlight of your faith, but you don't try to force it into being. You trust that in its own time, in its own way, it will come to fruition. This detachment, this willingness to trust in the process, is a crucial aspect of acting as if you have nothing to lose. For in truth, what do you have to lose by trusting in the creative power of your own consciousness? What do you have to lose by assuming that your desires are already fulfilled? The only things you can lose are your limitations, your fears, your doubts. And are these not the very things you wish to be free from? Are these not the very chains that have been holding you back from living the life you truly desire? So I say to you, be bold in your assumptions. Be daring in your imagination. For your imagination is not some idle fantasy factory, but the very workshop of creation. It is the place where all things, all experiences, all states of being are first conceived before they are brought forth into physical reality. When you truly grasp this, when you fully embody this truth, you will understand why silence is so crucial. For it is in silence that you can hear the whispers of your imagination. It is in silence that you can feel the stirrings of your desire taking shape within you. And it is from this place of inner silence, this place of knowing, that you can then go forth and act as if you have nothing to lose. For in truth, you have everything to gain. You have a whole new world to gain. A world shaped by your highest assumptions, your noblest desires. Let me share with you a practice that can help you maintain this state of silent knowing, this state of acting as if you have nothing to lose. It's called living from the end each day Take a few moments to fully immerse yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Close your eyes and see yourself as you would be. Feel as you would feel if your desire were already a reality. Perhaps you desire financial abundance. In your imagination, feel the sense of security, of freedom, of generosity that comes with having more than enough. See yourself easily paying your bills, enjoying luxuries, sharing your wealth with others. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the peace that comes with this state. Or perhaps you desire a loving relationship. In your imagination, feel the warmth of your partner's embrace, the joy of shared laughter, the deep sense of connection and understanding. Feel the love flowing from you and to you, the sense of completeness and harmony that comes from this union. Whatever your desire may be, live from the end. Experience it fully in your imagination. Let every cell of your body vibrate with the knowing that this is your reality. And then, from this state of knowing, go about your day. Let your actions, your words, your choices all stem from this assumed state. This, my friends, is what it truly means to be silent and act as if you have nothing to lose. It means to cultivate an unknowing so profound that the outer world cannot help but conform to it. It means to live from the end, to embody your desire so completely that it has no choice but to manifest in your physical reality. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Neville, what about the challenges, the obstacles, the setbacks that we inevitably face in life? How can we maintain this state of assumption in the face of seeming failure or disappointment? To this I say, remember that what you see in the outer world is always a reflection of past assumptions, past states of consciousness. It is like the wake behind a boat. It tells you where you've been, but it does not determine where you're going. When you encounter challenges or setbacks, see them for what they truly are. Opportunities to strengthen your assumption, to deepen your faith in the creative power of your consciousness. Instead of allowing these experiences to shake your conviction, use them as fuel to more firmly establish yourself in the state of your wish fulfilled. For example, if you're assuming the state of perfect health and you experience a bout of illness, don't see this as a failure of your assumption. Instead, see it as the old state of consciousness playing itself out, clearing the way for your new, healthier state to fully establish itself. Use this experience to more firmly anchor yourself in the feeling of perfect health. This is what it means to act as if you have nothing to lose. It means to hold fast to your assumption regardless of outer appearances. It means to know with unshakable certainty that your inner state is the only true reality and that the outer world must inevitably conform to it. Remember, the outer world is like a shadow. It has no substance, no reality of its own. It simply reflects the light of your consciousness. Change your consciousness, and the shadow must change. This is an immutable law of creation. So I say to you, be silent, still the noisy chatter of your mind. Listen to the voice of your true self, the voice of your divine nature, and from this place of inner silence, act as if you have nothing to lose. For in truth, you have everything to gain. You are not a helpless victim of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of outside forces. You are the operant power in your world. You are the author of your life story. Every experience, every circumstance, every person in your life is there because you have assumed them into being. Realize this truth. Embody this truth. Live from this truth and watch as your world transforms before your very eyes. In conclusion, my dear friends, I urge you to embrace this powerful principle. Be silent and act as if you have nothing to lose. Cultivate that inner silence, that state of receptivity where you can hear the whispers of your true self. And from that place of knowing, go forth boldly, assuming the state of your wish fulfilled. Remember, you are not seeking to change the world. You are seeking to change yourself. And as you change, the world must change with you. For you and the world are one. You are the world pushed out. So dream boldly. Assume daringly. Act confidently. For you truly have nothing to lose but your limitations and everything to gain. A whole new world shaped by your highest assumptions and noblest desires. Go forth, my friends, and create the life you've always dreamed of. For you are the architects of your own destiny, the creators of your own reality. Be silent and act as if you have nothing to lose. For in this silence, in this assumption, lies the key to all that you desire. Thank you. And may your imagination be filled with wonders beyond measure.